Um, we're live, yay! Okay, so a lot of people do this where they go live on both on various social medias. I should have set this up before. Not great on me, but so a lot of people they use various social medias, and when going live, they use both. So today, not only am I live here on Instagram, but I'm also live on YouTube. Yay! Trying something new. Hooray for trying something new. So I just wanted to update everybody that yes, I'm going live now on YouTube as well to try and start a vlog. I'm not really sure how any of it works, so please bear with me. So far, everything is up and running. I just don't know where to look, if I should look at my YouTube or my Instagram. So trying to figure it out. Sorry, guys. So I had gotten a few questions about various different topics, and we're actually going to talk about a few of them today because I think it's better when we talk about more than just one topic. So today we're going to be talking about first, we're talking about where I stand on abortion, since we were talking about procreation and all that stuff last time, and where I stood on that. Someone asked me about abortion and where I stand. I also got asked again about the surgery that I had a few years ago. So we'll also be talking about that. And if anybody has any questions while we're live, I am always open to taking questions, concerns, comments, anything really. I'm always open. So to get started, I was asked about where I stood on abortion and all of that, especially with people with mental illnesses, because some of them, if they feel that they don't want to pass down what they have to a child, what I thought about that. So I am on the liberal side of this. I know I said I would never talk politics, and I'm not. This is not me talking politics. This is strictly my view. That I'm more on the liberal side of it. I am very pro-choice. It's your life, your body, your decision. And I'm also pro-life, so that if I had been in that position where maybe I had an unplanned pregnancy, or, I was afraid of passing what I have down to the child, I would still have that child. I do not believe in it for myself, but like I said, I am pro-choice. I don't believe that people who try to tell women that they have to have their child, I mean, that's just not something that I believe in, nor that I stand with. And I just want everyone to know, because this is kind of like a heavy-ish topic, and it can get political. Let's try and keep it as non-political as we can, guys, because I hate talking politics on social media. Another topic, the verdict on George Floyd. A few people asked me about that. So we will be talking about that as well. So again, I am pro-life and pro-choice. For myself, I think that the only way that I could ever make the choice to abort a pregnancy is if the fetus was in distress in any way, or if there was any type of abnormality that would cause the future child any risk or any harm. I think that is the only circumstance where I would, I think, even contemplate abortion for myself. But for others, if it's your choice, it's your body, it's your mind, it's a very it's a very personal decision, and it's a very hard decision. Um, and it's one that, I've never had to make myself. Um, but I feel that that's pretty much where I lie with it. I don't know why I thought this topic was going to take longer. But in all honesty and fairness, I think that I am very much against abortion for myself. But again, for you, if you are someone who's contemplating it, or you're in a situation, it's your choice. It's your choice. It's your body. It's your mind. I would also like to preface this and all the other topics that we're going to be talking about, that I am not a professional in the mental health field. I am not a professional in any medical field. I am just someone who is sharing her own opinions and beliefs and experiences. So I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm doing here. I'm basically sharing my opinions, beliefs, views, and experiences. And I very much want these videos to be an open forum, so that if you have any questions, or if something I say upsets you in any way, shape, or form, please tell me. And we can discuss it, because that's really what life is, just, an endless string of discussions and conversations that you have with people. And so that's really what I want to make sure that everybody knows about these videos, is that even after the fact, if you don't like something I said, or you have a question or comment, please comment below. I love it. I love opening it up. So now, since I finished that so quickly, we're going to talk about the surgery I had that we spoke about in the last video. I had a breast reduction surgery a few years ago. Someone had asked me about the recovery, because I didn't really talk about it that much. And I didn't touch on it as much as someone wanted me to. So the recovery was actually, for me, the recovery was not horrible. First, when I think it was the second day after, or the first day after the surgery, I had to take pain medication. I'm also someone who doesn't like to do that, to take the prescribed pain medications, just because I know they are highly addictive. But I think if you're in an excruciating pain and you need to take one tablet, at least for me. So I did take a pain medication that day, like the day after. I said how I had to sleep. I had to sleep propped up, sitting up, and with my arms on two pillows, so I wouldn't disturb the stitches or anything that was happening up here. The stitches came out within a few days. And it did hurt a little bit, because it's like a tugging in sensitive areas. But I don't regret my decision to get the reduction. It has really helped my back. It's also really helped with how I see myself, because I don't feel like that's the first thing that people see when they look at me now. I feel like they see more of the rest of my body, and I've been working really hard recently, exercising and eating healthier, to really improve my body, the look of my body. So obviously that's not the only reason why I'm doing it. The way I worded that was horrible. Sorry, guys. Obviously I'm doing it more for health conscious reasons, but it does help when you look a little nicer. And so I really think that the way I view myself is much different than before the surgery. I wasn't allowed to really exercise for a while. Or if I did, I had to have like a super tight sports bra that really just held everything. But I I really wasn't moving around that time anyway, so it honestly didn't matter that I couldn't exercise, or it didn't matter to me because I wasn't around that time. We thought that maybe without the extra weight, I would have started exercising a lot sooner than I did. But turns out that wasn't the case. Um, but yeah, my recovery, it was not bad. I mean, the only thing that I really remember, um, because I don't know why I don't remember much, or at least I feel I don't remember much. But so I had to wear a certain type of bra that opened in the front in the very beginning, because I I had to wear I mean, I was bruised, and I had to wear gauze pads that had like the Neosporin on it under it. So even, like right after, I had like padding under my bra, like it felt like I was stuffing my bra, which I find really funny because I never had to do that before, growing up. But I just remember having to lay down and have somebody do it for me, and then kind of wrestle them in there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I was like most cosmetic surgeries, I was bruised, and uh, I mean, I had to wait for swelling to go down, and now that I'm exercising more, I've noticed that I had some like excess skin in places, and now it's tightening up. So that's really nice. And I had no idea that that was going to happen. So that's a bonus too. Um, but yeah, I mean, the recovery, I mean, from what I remember, it wasn't that bad. I feel like I was out of work for maybe 2 weeks, I want to say. Um, but like the exercise period was like, I feel like it was something that I thought was crazy, which maybe like 6 months. I could be completely wrong on this, guys. Don't quote me, but it could have been 6 months. And what's funny is that all my coworkers, or not all, but the female coworkers that I had at the time when I was leaving for my surgery, they both gave me a hug. And they were like, "So we can feel the difference when you come back." And then when I came back, they both gave me hugs, and it was hilarious. We were dying because they said that they could feel a difference. So, what do I know? Um, but if you are someone who's considering getting a breast reduction, uh, I recommend it. Um, I mean, but be cautious with, your doctor. Research everything. Research all the doctors, all their information, and make sure you're emotionally ready. Because it's one thing to be physically ready for that type of surgery. It's another to be emotionally ready. Um, for me, like we had been talking about that surgery for probably half my life, but I was not ready for it until a few years ago. Um, and I also think that like part of what we were, or what I was afraid of, because I can't speak for anyone else in my family, but part of what I was afraid of with the surgery was that I would kind of have an identity crisis, because most of high school, my identity was the top part of my body, and and a lot of my young adult life, it was all about what I had up here, and I felt like without them, or without them as big as they were, like who would I be? And, I feel like that was a little bit of an issue for me when, when we were getting closer to actually doing it. And I was like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Like, how is this going to affect me? How is this going to affect how I see myself and my personality? So, there are so many things when you think about surgery, so many physical aspects, but don't forget about the emotional aspects of it as well, because it can be really hard. Thankfully, I didn't have any identity crisis or whatever, but I just, I in turn started seeing myself differently, and it actually was more helpful than harmful, which is great. And I think, that you also need a doctor who can realize that about you too, that, it's not just a physical surgery, it's very emotional, it's very personal. And I think the right doctor will know um, when it's right for you. So that's really my advice on that. And again, the recovery period, the pain wasn't, I mean, I have a high tolerance for pain. So for me, the pain wasn't so bad, but I think I was more upset over the bruising, to be honest, and how it looked like right after. I looked scary. I looked like Frankenstein's bride. Um, so yeah, that's that. So now I really wanted to talk about the verdict with George Floyd, because this is something, and again, I don't like talking about politics, but I don't think, and I'm not going to get into politics here, but I'm very happy about the whole verdict over George Floyd. Um, right after George Floyd was murdered, brutally murdered, I had a really hard time, or not a hard time, but I think I was affected, by it as white privilege. And I really started thinking about how I treat people and how I treat people who don't look like me. Um, and I've said in earlier videos, I was always raised um, to not see race, to not see color, ethnicity. I feel like my parents raised us to just see people and just see human beings. And, George Floyd is a human being who was murdered by another human being. And that's really how it should be seen. Um, that we're just humans murdering each other, apparently. Um, and so it's something that I really had to evaluate for myself, like how do I feel about this situation? How do I feel about someone who's a different color than me being murdered on that fact alone? And it's heartbreaking. And it's inexcusable. And he got justice. His murderer is going to jail. But again, I also, like, I had a few instances of like paranoia, or at least how I think paranoia works. I was driving home from work one day because I was still working around that time, and I work in a very white neighborhood, or I worked in a very, very white dominant neighborhood. And I saw a guy get pulled over, and I wouldn't think twice, but as I was passing, I saw he was of color. I immediately pulled over and started hyperventilating. I started catastrophizing that it wasn't going to end well. And I pulled over and I waited. He just got a speeding ticket, which is, okay, he was speeding. But I sat there ready and with my phone and my camera ready to start recording if need be. Um, I see myself as an ally, and I just want everyone to know, like, again, like they say with transit, if you see something, say something, because you could be saving a life. And, a lot of times I feel very powerless in these situations because I feel like I have no right to feel bad, or I have no right to the sadness that I feel over what happened. But the truth is that we all have our rights to sadness and our emotions. And if we let others take that away from us, then we are ultimately powerless. So if you feel a certain way, a certain type of way about situations that are going on around you, talk about it. Be honest. Open up. I think I was feeling really hopeless and helpless about that situation. And I brought it up in therapy because I don't like feeling hopeless or helpless. Like there was nothing that I could do to help. But you know what? Coming here, sharing my story and sharing my beliefs and my views, I find it freeing, and I find it, and it's something also that my therapist thought would be a good idea to talk to someone else about how I was feeling. And I did. I believe I spoke to a family member. So I just wanted to put that out there into the universe. Take it as you will. Again, guys, I am so open to comments and conversations and questions and whatever you got. I'm down. And I just want to plug NAMI, National Alliance for Mental Illness. If you or anyone you know is in need or struggling, NAMI is always there. You can go online. They have helplines and resources and things for everyone in the family. And I actually did a NAMI presentation a couple days ago, so I was very, very happy about that. I got to talk to a few parents about my mental health journey, and I got to share my story with them, which is, one of my favorite things to do. But I mean, I love doing it with the kids in school, but I think, doing the families and the parents, it's a whole other like ball game. And I mean, for some reason, my story always makes the parents cry. I've made a few teachers cry as well. I don't know why that is, but it's crazy when you think about it. Like a mother had said to me that because I always talk about TikTok and how it helped me with quarantine and how it helped me with the pandemic and how it's helped me really come out of my shell and be the person I used to be when I was a kid. And she said, you know what? My daughter is struggling, and I took TikTok away from her. And maybe I shouldn't have taken it away from her. Maybe it's helping her open up, and it's helping her, be silly, and it's giving her something positive in her life that, I may have taken away. So I made that mother think about something differently. And that's really all that I think we can ask for when doing those presentations, is for the parents and the kids to just think about things differently and make different choices maybe going forward. I mean, who knows? Anyways, I also wanted to give you guys an update on Mickey because everyone loves Mickey. My foot fell asleep. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Hi, Mickey. You want to come say hi? This little love. I'm my little love bug. Can you come say hi? Can you come say hi to YouTube and Instagram? Say hi, guys. Say hi, friends. Mickey, look. Oh, look up there. See, look over there. Look over there. Look there, up there. That Mommy and Mickey. Anyway, guys, so yeah, Mickey and I are here. Always here. Always here. Questions, comments, concerns. If you disagree with me on anything I've had to say tonight, let me know. I'm always up for it. All right, beauties. We are out. You stay there for a minute. You're such a good boy. Why is your heart beating so fast, my love? Okay.